Good morning, everybody. Give me a couple moments. Let me share that we are live. I'll be right with you guys. All right, good morning. What's going on, everybody? Let's take a look what's happening. As you can see here in the futures, might be a possible decent day setting up. Right now it's kind of a doji candle, but price is breaking out of a very key resistance area right around that 2808 area. So if it can hold, then this thing might have a chance to go up to maybe that 2840s area. So you can see kind of a cup, kind of handle pullback here. Now it's kind of bull flagging up here. Now we need it to stay above this 2808 area and continue upwards. So, you know, again, when a stock breaks resistance, many times it comes back and retests support. You know, if you see a doji candle forming here, then the thing obviously might show a potential reversal back downwards. As you guys can see, for the past quite a few months, it's just been doing sideways roller coaster. So a potential sign of life for potentially moving up to the 2840s area. So we shall see. So let's take a look at what's going on in our watch list. And oh, good old Mara. So Mara, seeing now if it can get above that 145 pre-market high. This is on the watch list today. You can see some support right around that 135, right up over in here, and now 120s area, right at this the 50 SMA. So right now, not looking so hot. It's literally setting up for a head, left shoulder, possible right shoulder. Price is near the neckline, so not looking so hot. It's got a lot of volume though in the pre-market, so we shall see if this thing will get a pump and continue up. Let's take a look at the blockchain. What is it? BTC, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's making a little bit of a run here. So it's getting above that 50 SMA. So it's got some resistance all over the place. I mean, definitely 10,000 right over in here, right below 10,000. Got some right around that 7,700 range as well. So again, Mara is a blockchain company or a Bitcoin company, so we will keep an eye on it. Right now the pattern's not good pre-market, but we shall see. PED. Oh wait, do I have the wrong, my fault. I have the wrong watch list up for today. The end of the watch list last night, so I gotta just go put his in right now. My bad, I was looking from yesterday. Let me remove these. And Mara is on the watch list and PED. Cool. They're both on there. So Mara, let me go back to that one. Mara, yep, same thing. We'll keep that on. PED. Let's see, Dan has that one on. This one, see if there was a potential continuation day. 350s resistance over here. It's not looking so hot. In the pre-market, see some support down that 230s area. Again, another low floater. See if it gets a bounce. Again, might have some volatility. Not looking so hot again right now, but we'll keep an eye on it. Next one, CDMO. Kind of trading sideways right now. See if we can get a pop above that 550s area, right around. Let me get rid of. Go to the weekly. See some resistance at 585. See if we can get above that 550 area. It's kind of trading sideways now. It kind of has a symmetrical triangle. So we'll see if that one gets a pop. Not liking it right now though. VCEL. VCEL. You can see some resistance right just below $11. See if we can get above that 1050 marker. Let's see, look at the hourly. This one might be setting up for a break above the 200 SMA. If it does, again, has some resistance just below $11. So that one might be one to keep an eye on a little bit more closely. You can see a bullish engulfing pattern here. So this one may try to get over the 20 EMA with resistance just below $11. So keep an eye on VCEL. MTBC. Alright, so you can see pre-market resistance right at $5. And you can see, oh, let me put that back over here. See some more support right around that 470s range, right down here. So another low floater might be setting up for maybe a pennant pattern. We'll see here. It's a little bit choppy right now. So if this 470s area holds, this one might be one to watch up to potentially the $5 area. And what else we got? SOGO. And SOGO. Let's see, pre-market high right now is 12.23. See if it can continue above that. See some resistance right around that $13 range. Let's see. Yeah, right around 13 bucks. So this one might be one to watch. You can see it's above the moving average lines on the hourly. So watch if this will continue above 12.23s with resistance right around that $13 range. That's SOGO. So right now I'm probably going to keep an eye on, let me take a look at a couple other ones from Trade Ideas in the morning. QUM, actually no, I don't want to do that one. CPAH. Put this one right down here. It's pumping up pre-market. Light volume, a little bit of news. Let me remove the drawings. See if it can get above that 350 marker. So we'll keep that one to the side on watch. Take a look at UUUU. That one's dumping right now. Don't like that one. EBR. This one might be one to look at. So you can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders, breaking out above that 414. You can see some resistance right at that top of that neckline there. Let me remove that line for EBR. So pulling back right below that 443, inverse head and shoulders. If it can break above that area, look for resistance around $5. I do like this daily pattern, possibly setting out for a breakout. Although, no, I don't know if I see news maybe a couple days ago. EPR, let me put this one over in here. It's kind of a higher float stock, so it's not bad to look at. So again, this one might be one to keep an eye on. If, again, the 5-minute pattern's not great, but we'll see if this can hold. So I actually might do a combination of, I don't like the reversal evening star pattern here, but again, if buyers come in, it holds a decent 5-minute pattern. This one might be one to watch out for the daily pattern here for a break, possibly above that 445 area if it can go. Again, the pattern needs to set up better than it is right now. So I might split my screen, do EBR and maybe MTBC. Let me take a look at that one again. So MTBC, you also see yearly high at that 544. So right around that 470s marker. It's hovering above here. Might be doing a bull pennant. Got to see, the spread kind of stinks right now. Again, low floater. This is one that's going to be on some people's radar. So yeah, I think I'm going to do those two right now. Let's see here. Put in EBR and then MTBC over to the side. Up a 1 minute. Not looking so good on the 1 minute right now. I don't like that, so I might look at a different one. MTBC, we'll put that over here. Pull up a 1 minute chart. Possibly a little bit better here. It kind of has that symmetrical triangle formation going on here. So this is one I'd be a little bit more interested to watch. Again, like to see the spread a little bit better, but we shall see at the open in a couple minutes. Remember, price is hovering right at a key support line right now, so got to give the market a few minutes to shake out, see what it's going to do, what direction it's going to do. It's bouncing right now off of support, so we'll see if it continues up. So MTBC, I think that's going to be the one I'm going to look at the most for right now. Cool. All right, guys, now we wait. And let's look at the 5 minute again. Again, a little bit choppy right here. Got to be very careful with these symmetrical triangles. Let me do a 1 minute. Let's kind of do this on the drawings. Kind of like that. So we'll see what happens right now. Market's open. Now it's failing. Let's see if it gets a bounce. Ideally with this, you want to see the moving average line separate. If you're bullish, you want to see the moving average line separate, push up, and push price up over that $5 range. Right now, you don't want to see it doing this. But this is common. This happens a lot. So this may go down, touch support, and bounce back up. Got to watch and see. might keep an eye on CPA right now. That one's kind of moving up as well. Let me take a look at that one in a second. CPA is breaking pre-market highs here now. Very choppy though. You guys see right up, smack back down. So there's again a lot. Someone even emailed us last night. People ask us all the time, you know, hey, I'm just going to get in at the break above pre-market high, right? And then put a stop below that. But look, right? This one just goes right, breaks above pre-market high and smacks right down. There's no guarantee this is going to go up. So you have to be very careful with that strategy, just getting in at the break of above pre-market high, because there's no guarantee that thing's going to continue going up. It is right now, but you got to be careful with that. And MTBC is selling off. Watch if there's a pullback here. Let's look on the daily with MTBC. This one's just kind of no chill. I'd look up, next up, I'd look at where is it? $5. I'd also look at that 450 area as well for resistance. Big flagpole up on a 5-minute. So now you can see support here, 450 resistance. And it's doing a possible evening star pattern right now, possible reversal. I'm going to move CPH over. I'm not like an MTBC right now. So very choppy though on CPAH. You got to be careful on the 1 minutes like this, dealing with these spinning top high wave candles. You know, you got one of these kind of like diagonal bull flags. This one may break 405. Remember, it's a very big candle. This thing's running very quickly. Yep, red and black says no shares to short right now on CPH. I don't see any on Interactive Brokers as well. Again, I'd be careful trying to short this right now as it's running up. That's where we might have to look again. Watch 450, watch what happens, see if it reverses. Again, this thing is just going ripping like crazy. You have to be very careful. Me personally, I would wait for this thing to pull back a little bit, unless you got to be careful, right? You see all these 1 minute candles, super huge candles, and it's just going like crazy. I'm going to take a look at SOGO right now. This one just went red to green, or it went red to green. This one I want to see on the 5 minute. Let that 5 minute candle hold. Watch right here, this 222 area, see if it holds. This one might be setting up for a possible move up. See if these moving average lines will stay crossed and potentially go up. Again, you got to be super careful with these. There's really no end on a 1 minute. There's really no entry here on CPH, so it's running, but you know, you got to look at these candles. Look at how much you're risking on these candles. Very, very risky. Huge candles, and the pattern's not setting up well. Now CPAH, now if you look at a 5 minute, and it still needs to pull back. And you can see on 5 minute right here, it broke above that 1232 for SOGO. Now, got to see if this can hold. want to see, you can see it right here, guys. It breaks above the top of this candle, 1232. Now there it goes, kind of pulling back, right, retesting support, and it's either going to just fail or maybe it'll set up for a possible bull flag for a break. Right now, again, you guys see these, it goes up, breaks, comes back down, goes up, comes back down. Gotta locate these patterns, guys, super important. This one, CPA is bouncing off of VWAP. Take a look on the 1 minute. Again, super chop. You could risk this candle right here, 411 down to 388, but it's just it's high risk management. EBR is creeping up right now, but not much volume. If you guys see EBR on a 5 minute, you have this kind of hammer candle holding right here, the 9 EMA, which is a good sign. You can use a close below here as your stop. The problem is it's not getting much volume. Needs more volume. CPAH, this is one to watch now. Might be bull flagging on a 5 minute. Kind of a bigger candle. You can see lots of choppiness here. I'd like to see a smaller entry here, a smaller candle. You see 416 down to 394. Not the greatest, and lots of wicks here. So I'd like to see a better setup for this one. Great job, Lone. Lone says in 389 at CPAH, out at 420. You got cojones. Again, might be break. Yeah, there it goes. Breaks 432. And again, so you could trade this one, but it's just the top. The thing you guys got to remember, guys, when you're doing this, the risk management is terrible. So is this thing moving? Yes. But the problem is you're not getting an entry like you would over here. See EBR, nice small candle, right off the 9 EMA. I mean, look at all here. It's just all super huge risk. Can you make money? For sure. But look, it's crazy. Right over here, you get a good, clearly defined risk. The only difference with EBR, you're not getting any volume. EBR is stair-stepping up. I'd like to see this thing get more volume. Again, you like to see this coming down, holding 9 EMA, good risk management, kind of going up. The problem is, again, want more volume. You also got to be aware of two guys right now. The market is red on the day. It's teetering at support. So So you have to be aware that when you're trading these, right? If the market's a red day, it's not doing so hot. You got to also be careful going bullish on something, and again, because it could easily pull back at any moment and drop. EBR slowly creeping up. Red and Black says CPAH will be scary at the 475 area. Let's see what he's saying. All right, good call. Right here, guys. Guys, people know what they're talking about in our trade room. Look at this right here, 475 area. So Red and Black says CPAH will be scary at the 475 area. Yep, and there it goes, right at 475. Pulling right back, so this is going to dump, or it may break up, and then watch, if it breaks above 475, it may dump right back down, so you have to be careful. Again, looking at CPAH, just massive, huge, oh, that's 15 minute, let me see. I mean, guys, the risk management's terrible on it. You can still trade it, but there's no clean, solid entry near the 9 EMA. So this is all risk. So I'm not trying to discourage you guys to not trade a stock like CPH. So I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to get you guys to do is just remember, when you're taking this trade, what do you like? What is your, like, how would I say this? What's your risk, right? You had one kind of a hammer here, this red hammer, but you have a red hammer that's a 20-cent candle, so you could have risked something in here, but like right here, huge wicks. This is a 427 down to 393. You don't know that it's going to do this, so you just have to be very well aware that you can get in at the break of something like this, but remember what you're risking. You don't know that it's going to do that. Now we see that this is going, and you're like, oh, I should have gotten in over here. But many of times, you'll see, like, you might risk a break of a candle like this. The next candle goes up and completely dumps back down. So right now, this stock is running like crazy. But it's a crap risk management. Your risk management is awful. And that's why I want to, like, share with you guys. If you're a new trader and you're watching this, remember, several things are going on. CPAH is at the top of trade ideas. It's going like crazy. So everybody's watching it, right? Everybody's watching CPAH. It's at the top of my Thinkorswim morning scan. It's at the top of trade ideas. So it's all over the place. But so what you got to remember is, think about this. If it's all over the place, all eyes are on it. The market is right at a very key support area. Now, Interactive Brokers does not have shares to short of CPAH. Now, I'm sure some of the big dogs might be with Centerpoint, Speed Trader, some other brokers, and they might be able to find shares to locate, and they're sitting back waiting for, they're waiting to short this thing down. Right now, it's very difficult, right? Very bullish. But the problem is, guys, look, on what's your risk management, right? You have a 309 to 431. You have $1.20 5-minute candle. Would you risk getting above this candle? Would you risk $1.20 for the ability to make what? You don't even know what you necessarily make, because you don't know where this is going to go. And you can see, break above 433, it actually goes all the way back down to 387. So you lost, but you would have, again, you don't know this thing's going to bounce like this, right? This could have easily closed down and given back half of this candle or more. So the moment you got in at the break of this 5-minute candle, it's immediately dumping back down. So again, if you got in at the break of this candle and use a candle, like, what are you going to use? A candlestick close below this as your stop? That's terrible risk management. Then as it breaks here, you got to remember, massively overextended on a 5-minute. So then what are you going to do? You have three massive, like, huge green candle, massive high wave, another sort of high wave-ish candle, and now this one's, it's trying to decide what the heck it's going to do. It's going crazy, right? So now on a 1 minute, you look over here, no entries over here, possibly looking in over here, but still 485 down to 461, a 24-cent candle. That's a spinning top candle. You know, got to be careful this risk, right? Down here, I wouldn't. All of it's everything that you see here on CPAH, all of this on a one, everything, the entire thing is risk, all of it. It's all risk. There's no great entry. Over here, you can see an EVR not looking so good, so I wouldn't take a trade on this. But this is what you're looking for. A nice small little hammer off a 9 EMA, get an entry for a possible move up. Right here, you can see possibly bull flagging on a 5-minute. This thing might go and break 431. Again, not going to be as exciting as this. If this breaks above 431, you know, it's got a, you know, resistance at 443. So, you know, 12-cent move. So is this going to move like this? No. But you can see the clearly identifiable patterns. You want to find these patterns right here on low float stocks. CPAH does not have that pattern. Let's see if I can find any other ones for you guys. Right here, tweezer tops on CPAH. Look at a 5-minute. Almost tweezer tops. Just below. Or double top, tweezer tops. So now I'd zoom in like this and I would watch right here. You can look in at a 1-minute now. This may give you a possible entry. If this 9 EMA can catch up and you get a small kind of hammer here, this may give you a possible entry if it holds. You know, now you kind of have maybe like a bull flagish. Again, I'd like to see, I mean, 480 down to 462. It's still almost a 20-cent candle. Right here, you might see a possible entry forming. Again, don't like those doji candles, but you know, you can say, all right, well, you know, is this kind of doing a bull pennant? Possibly. Just know your risk, right? It's going to go up and down. So you guys see there's kind of a bull pennant pattern forming here, but you got to remember this is a doji spinning top candle. This could easily break out and fly, but it can also easily completely dump. And that's the risk when you're trading these. You need to find the patterns. And you can see on a 5-minute, when I do a 5-minute on this one, you have basically a double top failure at the moment. This thing could easily still go and break out, but this is why it's important. Look, what's the 5-minute telling you? Right now it's a double top, and right now, you know, it's kind of in this symmetrical triangle or bull pennant, and look, the yo-yo effect right here, the yo-yos. Now, if it gives you a good clean entry above here, this might be your candle. If you get a small little candle here, you might be able to take that thing for a ride. You need a smaller kind of entry. You see now it's just hitting it right now. Look at that. See, right back up to 498, right below $5, right back down. You guys see that? It didn't even give you a 1-minute candle yet. It just went up. Boom. Look. 5-minute, what do you see? Tweezer tops. Or double top. Same thing. Both bearish pattern. See that fake out? Bam, bam. There you go. Welcome to the stock market, guys. This is it. Look at this. Look at so incredibly important. Top. Top. Double top failure. What is this doing right here? It is trapping new traders. If you're a new trader, this is what everybody's trying to do. They're trying to trap you right here and short you down. They're waiting. The shorts are waiting for that signal, this double top, tweezer top, failure down to short it down. They're sitting back waiting for you guys to drive the stock up. Chat rooms are pumping it. They're suckering in newbies up at the top, right at resistance at $5. Shorts are coming in, shorting you down. Therefore, you're a new trader buying at $5. And they're shorting you down on a double top right down to support. That's why you do not chase. So if you're a long on this, sorry guys, I'm all fired up because I know what's happening. This is what it's all trying to trap. If you're a new trader, here is where you're going to get trapped. You're getting trapped up. All in here. You guys see this? Trapping you new traders. Trapping you new traders up here. Trapping you kind of up in here. Up in here. All the trap, 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 trap. All in here. And meanwhile, when you go to a 5-minute chart, I mean, maybe now, so maybe on a 5-minute you can reset. So now, at this point, I would reset on a 5-minute and watch. This may be setting up for a bull flag on a 5-minute right here. So watch for the 5-minute to hold, but again, very erratic. You have a kind of a high wave candle. You have a whatever you want to call it, long-legged doji spinning top, and right here, who knows what this is going to form right here. Again, you're right, no news today either. So now watch this now on a 1-minute. Now it's one to watch. If you get a small candle, give it a small candle here. It's not forming, it's just going. See that? You had this one maybe candle right here, 472 down to 450, and then right up to resistance. Bam, bam. Not giving me a clear end. I want a clear entry on this, right? Give me a smaller clear entry. You could risk here. Got to be so careful. Thanks, Rob. And if you see these areas, right, these circles that I'm drawing, resistance, 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 resistance. Right up here, pulling back. Look at 1-minute candles. How do you trade this? What would you do now? Would you go long or would you go short? Right? Traps everywhere. You have seconds to make this trade. Seconds. You can make a crap ton of money trading these, but you have seconds to do it, and if you're new, you're not going to know how to do this. That's why you need to trade. You got to study, right? Practice, practice, practice. Take our courses. Learn this, because you will easily blow up your brokerage account if you don't know how to trade this. Yeah, maybe one entry here, but look at this, 472 down to 455. That's 17 cents, but look right up at the top, 472 up to 486. That's 14 cents. Are you going to risk 17 cents to make 14 cents? That's not a good risk management. This may break out. It's at resistance. Got to watch. 5-minute. Again, it's all over the place. Maybe bull flagging. But remember, 483 down to 445. That's a 40-cent risk management. What do you have the ability to make on this trade? If you're going to risk 40 cents, do you have the ability to make 80? Let's say, I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, this could go up. It's a pump and dumper, but just remember what you're risking. Now it's starting to break out a little bit out here. See if it can hold. If it can hold outside of here, see that? Bam, right back down again. Right? Hotkeys. Welcome to the world of hotkeys, guys. If you're new, this is hotkey trading. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. In and out in seconds. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. And here you go. Resistance again. Resistance, 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 resistance. Buy at resistance, sell at support? No, it's buy at support, sell at resistance. But new traders end up buying at resistance and selling at support and crying because they're blowing up their brokerage accounts. Here it is, guys. This is it. You guys watching this? All these areas, smacking you right back down. Bam, bam, bam. So if you're a new trader, the chat rooms and the pumpers are trying to sucker you in up here and then short it back down right here. Where is the pattern? Somebody that's watching CPAH, tell me in the trade room where they would have traded CPAH safely. I'm looking at a 1 minute chart and I don't see any safe trade. I don't see any safe trade. And a 5 minute, no safe trade. Possible short down, I'm talking long, right? If you could find shares to locate short, this is a possible, again, to short on the way down. When you saw kind of this bounce back up for confirmation down, you could have risked a candlestick close about $5 down to short. But yeah, you know, 12's just saying CPH is getting too risky, and I'd make the argument CPAH, the entire trade long, has been too risky. The entire trade of CPAH has been listen to me guys, I'm telling you, please listen if you're new and you're listening to this. This entire trade of the highest mover on the day, pretty much, almost the highest mover, CPAH, the entire thing long is all risk. It's all risk. Everything is risk. None of it looks good. Maybe this one area here, but guys, 470 down to 444, you're risking 26 cents. For the ability what? 470 up to 18. Are you going to risk 26 cents for the ability to make 17 cents? That's terrible risk management. Watch this over and over, guys. This entire trade on CPAH is complete and total utter risk. The risk management is awful. Now, if you're a short and you can find shares to short, this would have been really nice. Several times down, 1 time down, 2 times down, 3 times down, 4 times down, 5 times down. Short, 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 short. And if you're a new trader, the shorts are saying buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here. And meanwhile, right down, they're bleeding your account down, all the way back down. So if you're new watching this and you haven't traded it and you feel like you're missing out, don't feel like you're missing out, because there's nothing good about CPAH other than the fact that it's gone up. But again, there's nothing good about this for risk management. Me personally, I would look at this entire trade and not worry whatsoever not taking the trade, other than the fact that it skyrocketed. But where is your risk management? Now at this point, I'd reset it and look at a 5 minute. And at this point, 5 minutes, failing this bull flag. Could it pop up? Yes. And if it pops up and goes back up, then maybe look for an entry on a 5 minute. So at this point, I'm looking and walking away. And this is a perfect example, guys. I gave you a half hour of getting fired up. This is how you're going to blow up your brokerage account if you're new. If you listen to trade rooms and pumpers and gurus that, again, remember something. Just think about this for a moment, very simply. Let's pretend that I have a $100,000 brokerage account. Right? I can get in this. Again, I might get in this at the break of 470, literally to scalp 10 cents. By the time I call that trade out to you, the moment you get in that trade, I'm out. Let's say if I break in over here at the break of this 471, if I say I am in CPAH, the moment you guys get into the trade after me, I am already out. So literally, I'm calling out the buy signal to you. By the time you enter it, I'm out. I may have sold you my shares up here while you just lost money. This is why we don't pump stocks. This is why we don't show you entries and exits. Because if I told you guys I was in CPAH over here, many of you guys would have followed me in, and I would have banged my hotkey. The moment I pretty much got in, I would have said, here's my hotkey, in CPAH, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, boom, I sell. The moment you hit your buy order, you're getting caught up here. I made money, you're out. You've lost. That's the game, guys. Pay close attention. This is the game in the stock market. This is it in an entire nutshell. Now, here's where you look at something. Now, here's where you look. Smaller candles, maybe holding support here. And now is where you look. 433 down to 425. Now you have a little bit closer. Now, again, near right here. Resistance. You take a look here at this point. And now I would zoom in further. And now I'd reset and say, okay, maybe something to look at. Right here. Support 415. Now back up, you can see resistance at the moving average lines. Let's see on the daily here again. This chart's a mess, so forget the daily chart. It's a complete mess. And so now at this point you have kind of a head and shoulders, head-ish, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline, complete garbage of a chart. But at least I would zoom in and now look at something like this. 433 down to 416, still a little bit more, again, 433 up to the moving average lines, up to 443. If you got in at the break of this, it's 10 cents up to the moving average lines. So you're risking 433 down to 416. You're risking 16 cents to make 10 cents. Terrible risk management again. Could it go up and break? For sure, but you need more of patterns. But at least at this point, I'm starting to look at this a little bit more and say, okay, smaller candles getting near VWAP. I want to see these moving average lines cross, get above, hold VWAP, maybe for a possible move up. Creed, that's funny. Creed says, Lucian, no banging your hotkey on the live stream. Correct. Unless I was off camera. Just kidding. Still very risky on a 5 minute. I don't even know what you want to call this. Kind of a head and shoulders, but now I'd watch it though. So now I can see, okay, $5, high a day. Kind of found some support here at 415, near VWAP, needs to get above these moving average lines, but it's struggling. Now I do like it. So now let's go to CPH on a 5 minute. This is what I'm looking for on a 5 minute. I'm looking to see, is there going to be a nice candle close above the 9? See if this 9 EMA can catch up, give you a small 444 down to 426, a little bit higher than I'd want, but you're in an arena. Watch here if there's a nice hammer or inverted hammer close right around this area. See if it can hold the 9 EMA on a 5 minute. If so, this may be one that might have another move right here, maybe setting up for somewhat of a flag on a 5 minute. If it does, now you're again watching for a smaller green candle on a 5 minute for the pattern for another possible move. But you want a nice looking candle here. Sometimes you don't get it, especially on these low, again, the CPAH is extremely low flow. Bam, right back down. Now again, retesting support. Thanks, Allie. Appreciate it. I don't like this red spinning top candle. I'd like to see something better. But again, you're at support at 416. So right here, support is 416. Resistance around 457, right around, I'll put it at 4. I mean, you got it right up in, I'd say 450 to be safe, right? $half amount. So, problem is, remember, if you're buying, remember 450 to 457 is going to be resistance. Now, it may be holding support. It's not looking so hot at the moment. and now it might be doing a descending triangle. So now this is where you got to reset, and like my head's spinning for my own charts right now. So now I'm resetting it, and it looks like it's doing a descending triangle now. There you go. So look at, yeah, support kind of right in here, kind of down in here, right? And now you have, you guys see that? Now you have more of a descending triangle. So now it's kind of screwing me up a little bit, right? The charts, you're like, all right, well, it looks like it may have gone again, but now you can see support, kind of support line, and it can extend down here, right? You can extend some support down these areas as well. So now you again, descending triangle. Does that mean this won't get a pop? No, of course. It can easily get a pop back up to that 450-ish, 447, 450-ish area. But be aware, again, put 450. Where's 450? Don't be surprised if this gets a pop back up right up to resistance area again. Now you have a, let's see, what's this? 424 down to 412. Now you have a 12-cent candle. This is something to possibly be to keep an eye on. You know, you may, this is where I would look in a little closer. I'm like, okay, it's at support. This may get a pop really quick up to even VWAP or above. I'd look at 424 down here and say, okay, I might risk 10 or 12 cents now at this point for the potential right here. See if we can get above that 424. If it goes, it needs to go and break up. Remember, resistance between VWAP right between that 437 on up. Again, can easily trap you as well. This is why you have to be careful of resistance right here. Remember, descending triangle, this could get a pop now or it can dump and get a pop. Be aware of what you're looking at all through in here. Resistance all through here. And remember, on the 5-minute, still not looking so hot. Man, I've spent 40 minutes blasting and hating on CPAH. I haven't looked at anything else. Keep an eye on CDMO though. Let me see if that's getting, yeah, it's getting a little bit of volume. CDMO might be forming a ascending triangle. There it goes. Ascending triangle on CDMO. Let's look over here. Right on a 5-minute, kind of right in here. It's breaking above 558. Problem is, it's got to get above that. What is this? 568-ish area, and then 585 resistance. Now, might be again, moving average lines might be separating here. Keep an eye on this one for CDMO. Needs to get above that 568-ish area. Zoom in on a 1-minute. Again, tweezer tops on a 1-minute. This thing may fall right back down. But now you can start to see moving average lines starting to separate. See if it'll hold or if it's going to completely dump back down. But CDMO might be one to keep an eye on. Again, over 300,000 volume. We'd like to see more, but that's actually not bad if you're looking on a medium float stock to make a scalp. If the pattern holds, this one might be one to watch up to 585 area. And also keep an eye on CPAH right now in that descending triangle, right at the base. Might be bull flagging on CDMO. Failing the descending triangle right now on CPAH. Watching this potential bull flag for a potential break above on CDMO with resistance right around that 587 marker. So see if this bull flags and holds or if it's going to go and break down. Okay, seeing this descending triangle, Could easily fall to 387 right now if it breaks. Watching CDMO for a potential break above this 568-ish area. If it does, resistance around that 587, it's breaking above now. See if it can hold that 568 area. Needs to hold 568. There you go, it's going up now. Let's see what it can do. Needs more volume, needs to hold that 568 area. Retest happening now, potentially on 568. If not, needs to get above high a day. It's retesting now at 568. See if that retest can hold. If it doesn't, be careful. And you can see CPAH maybe recovering, might get a pop. Be careful of resistance between right below VWAP, right around that 437, right over here. If this bounces up, watch for resistance right in here. Remember, it's still in a descending triangle. CDMO struggling here at that 568 marker. But bullish, potentially bullish moving average lines here on CDMO on a 5-minute. 1 minute the same, maybe bull flagging. Got to see, it has to hold that 568 marker. So this is one, again, to watch where it might be, again, now I'm looking for patterns and I'm looking for, again, risk management. I can see a bull flag, a possible another bull flag here right at a breakout area. If this fails and closes below here, then I can have some pretty good risk management, right? 568 up to 587, let's say almost a 20-cent move. You know, here's something where I could use a candle if I took a trade on this, not saying to do it. If this trade went against me, I could use a close below this. You know, maybe I'm using a 558 to 568. I'm risking 10 cents for the ability to make potentially 20. You guys see the risk management? I have good risk management on a medium float stock nobody's really looking at. If you're looking to take 1,000 or 2,000 shares, you could potentially get in and out of this thing and make some decent money. But these are the patterns you're looking for on all types of stocks, not just the low, you know, on these medium floaters. You want to find this on CPA. Look what I'm telling you. Look right here. Look at CPAH. Watch what happens at VWAP. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets right above VWAP really quick, smacks down right below 450, and then watch this. Watch this. Now you can kind of get right in this range a little bit. Right in here. Again, not going to be perfect trend lines, but watch right in here, right between VWAP to 450. Don't be surprised if it rejects, if it pops up there. Got to be careful here with CDMO, retesting 468 again, drop back down. If it closes below 468, not good. Now it's falling right back down. Look at the 5-minute. So now you have kind of a double top pattern here. So if it closes below 468, that's not a good sign. That's why it's very important when a stock breaks out of a resistance area, you want to see that retest hold. And right now, it's very weak. really weak. Not good at this point. Alright guys, I'm going to take a break for a few minutes. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll take a look at some other ones. But again, you can see right here, let's resume on a 5-minute with CPAH still in that descending triangle. And also remember, futures, let's see what futures is doing. Red on the day, right at, again, breaking out of resistance, coming down, retesting support. It's right, it's in that indecision mode. But you can see the market has also a descending triangle if you look right over in here. So it's in the kind of doing a descending triangle, and the bottom's kind of falling out right now. Again, gotta find these patterns, guys. Super, super important. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. Give me a second and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, what's up, everybody? I'm back. Just want to do a test on something really quickly. All right, let's see what we got going on here. PED is going red to green. And as you can see, what I tell you guys was CPAH, descending triangle, failing. There you go. Look at the 1 minute. It's a disaster. Look at them pump and dump, guys. Pump and dump, pump and dump, pump and dump. Next up, 388-ish area. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Look at PED. All right, so here we go, PED. Gotta be careful with this one. It's going red to green, but it's bouncing around. Needs to get above that 254-ish area. Might be doing an ascending triangle, but also be aware of some resistance right around that 264-ish area. Yes, it is, Trad. CDMO might be holding on the 5 minute, possibly. This is one to keep an eye on. Again, it went up, rejected, came right back down. Still holding the 9 EMA. See if it can hold here on the 5 minute and get a push up. So this is something to keep an eye on. Again, it failed the breakout over here at 568. I want to look at MTBC for a moment. Looking at a possible bear flag on MTBC, seeing if it fails previous close. Let's see. Kind of has a descending triangle-ish. And kind of a double top pattern here. This thing's a mess on MTBC. So watching if this one fails previous close. We're in this 450-ish area. Still a bit messy right here. Kind of the base of a double top previous close area. If this fails, might have some room down. Let me see on the daily. Yeah, it's done. It did bounce off of 430. I don't know how much more it'll drop back down. It did bounce right off here. That's where it's nice possible dip buy right here. Bam, right off of this marker here. Let me see on CDMO. Still has that head and left shoulder and right shoulder right at the neckline here. Let me take a look at MTSL. Again, another one on the 5 minute, super risky. Right here was your 246 down to 225, 20-cent candle. Up here, very messy and choppy. On a 1 minute, let me see. Yeah, right here, right in this area, needs to now hold 360. Got to be quick on your hotkeys, guys. You know, pot 346 down to 336. You get a risk right over in here. 346 right up here. You got to be quick. Take your profits. EBR possibly failing a descending triangle. Descending triangle down here. See if it fails that 414-ish area. See some support around. And it's right near 414 now. Right around 403. Possible 10-cent drop or so. MTBC, let me take a look at that one again. This one's interesting. Right here, it's failing right below the 13 EMA on a 5 minute. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Might be trying to go red to green. Very kind of, again, it's a descending triangle, but it might get a pop. V-cell might be interesting. Possible, maybe setting up for a possible dip buy. Let me see on the daily. Look down in this area, this 959, 960 area. Possibly, maybe setting up at some point for a reversal, possible dip buy to the moving average lines. These are ones to watch, again, on a bearish day, guys. Maybe it gives you a nice little dip buy, kind of right in between this 950 to 960. See if it gives you a good 5 minute candle. For a smaller 5 minute candle. Right here, it's not looking so hot. But maybe it finds some support, gives you a nice 5 minute candle to make a scalp. It is it's a 5-cent spread stock though, I think. Let me see. Never mind, I don't like those. Sogo's having a double top failure. Sogo's one to watch maybe for a potential short if it bounces back up to previous close. You can see double top failure, some support right around this on the day of 1183. Right down here. It still has some more room to run, fall. So Sogo might be possibly setting up for a short. Let me look at the hourly. Fails at 1184. Then it can go down to like that 1130-ish area. And kind of has a descending triangle-ish pattern. So this is one to watch as a potential descending triangle. See if it bounces back up to previous close. If it rejects here, you know, might be a possible short. Right here, double top. It is bouncing around this neckline area, but we'll see. If it starts to fail over in here, gives a 5-minute setup, might be a possible short below 12 bucks. Yeah, MTSL may be looking to break high of day, but just be aware that it's very overextended right now. So watching Sogo for a moment here, rejected previous close. See what happens here if it continues to fall. You can see some support anywhere down in this 1190s to 1183 range. So you can see on a 5-minute, a double top, starting to fail some necklines right here, and on a 1-minute you can see a descending triangle. Price is near the base of a descending triangle. Next up would be that 1183-ish area. Yep, look at MTSL, guys, right? I was just saying that before. Reversing down on the 5-minute, you have kind of an evening star pattern right now, right back down to the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. Gave you that warning candle on that doji on a 5-minute. Just still keeping an eye on Sogo, see if it wants to at some point fail this descending triangle. Gotta watch the 5-minute setup. So descending triangle, double top, right near these necklines, getting a bounce. Getting a bounce here now, see what happens at the moving average lines. EBR might be doing a little bit of a reversal, needs some volume. See, it might be reversing and holding the 9 EMA and the 5. Some resistance right here at that 425 area. So it's kind of close to resistance. And CPA is moving up again. So at this point, reset. Resistance at 498. There's 450. Needs to get above that 456 area to hold. Be careful, it's getting overextended on a 5-minute. Going right up to that 456 level. Be careful. Needs to get above that 456, 57 area to hold. Trad says, is FTSI rebounding or being pumped? Let's see. FTSI. FTSI has some support right at that 1199 area on the daily. May have found support. Let's see here. Next up would be 1291. See if you can get above this 1231 area, which it is. So this may be setting up for reversal. Just be aware of that $13, $12.91, $13 area as resistance. I wouldn't call FTSI a pump, you know, so again, just remember guys, FTSI, it's super oversold, so I wouldn't call it a pump. It might just be getting a little bit of a recovery. Doesn't mean it's going to go up to the moon, but it might. Again, keep an eye on it, see if you can get above that 1230s range. Has some room up to 1290. Has tweezer bottoms on a daily, right? So tweezer bottom area, so it might be just doing a reversal. Maybe it wants to move up a little bit. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it a pump. I don't know anything about the stock, but it might be just doing a reversal, moving up a little bit. Just be aware of 1290 resistance, 1230 support, and then $12 support. All right, let's see some of these other ones. CPAH, again, tweezer tops, 454, rejection down, right back down to the 9 EMA. No surprise. You guys see that? Tweezer tops, two equal tops, right back up to that 450s area. No coincidence, right back down. MTSL, right back up. Long-legged doji, warning, right near tweezer tops, right back down. Right back down to VWAP. This is where shorting really comes in, guys. Interactive brokers are a really good economical broker to be able to short with. Not the best, but they're really up there. If you don't have a huge account, they're very good for a shorting broker to find shares overall. Don't like that one. Staff. There's your FU pattern right there. Put your middle finger and your knuckles underneath there. That's your FU pattern. What's up, Matt? How's it going? CHRS. Not really digging that one. Bunch of garbaccio today, guys. Bunch of garbaccio. Lots of garbage. Sogo's getting a decent recovery. Back to previous close. Right back up. No surprise. It's going to get a pop. See if it can get above 12.10 or if it's going to reject. Again, descending triangle. So watch, see if what it does at VWAP. So see if it goes and breaks above VWAP and breaks out, or if it's going to fail right back down. Alright, let's take a look at some of these other ones. No. Looking for some ones right now that are selling off for a possible dip buy. Not seeing anything really hitting me. This one might be possible. Or Bed Bath & Beyond. Let me see on a daily. I could see some support. 1809. This might be a short. Let's see. Kind of a. It's definitely very bearish on daily. Some support right down around that $18 marker. So now I got to watch this 1 minute, 5 minute. You know, this one may, again, maybe a potential short, or it might be looking, let it sell off, find support for a possible reversal on a dip buy. So you can see though, it's got the daily. So looking right down here on the 1810-ish range, watch if Bed Bath & Beyond will get some support, possible dip buy, or right up to the moving average lines here. It's again, it's only about 10 cents away, not that big of a deal. But that's kind of like just to show you guys what you look for on a dip buy is, you know, letting these things fall off, fail off, looking for like a smaller reversal candle, something like this for a possible move back to the moving average lines. Still failing right now with BBBY, Best Buy, or Bed Bath & Beyond. Just watching this one fail. You know, again, if you're looking at something like this for a dip buy, you're looking for, you know, if this thing keeps failing, if it finds some support, again, super oversold right now. Might find a candlestick that might want to kind of find support. You know, you can see right now, you know, might, you know, again, super far away from the 9 and the 13. Might be setting up for a possible, you know, quick scalp. You know, this might be one of those ones where you can make 10-20 cents, you know, on a bigger price stock. Or it could keep selling off too, right? Just keeping an eye on it. Possible, right? Maybe possibly finding some support here. If that 1866 will hold. Now watch this. At this point, let's see if it gets a, you know, again, possible reversal. Moving average lines ahead, above over in here, the 1880 to 1884 in a 5-minute. Maybe doing, you know, maybe doing a reversal. Gotta watch. Just gonna show you guys what a kind of a dip buy would look like. Again, many times very important to let the 5-minute candlestick close. See what happens here before taking a trade, but just again show you when it sells off, it gets far away from the moving average lines on a 5-minute, might be one of those that you can go and potentially scalp. Right now, moving right up, kind of failing right here. See if there's going to be tweezer bottoms, or if it's going to fail and the bottom just falls out on it. Awesome job, Charlie. And now it's failing still, so it's not found support. MTSL, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on that one right now. On a 5-minute, it's still a little bit choppy. Just seeing it hold potentially on a 5-minute here. Santa Quinn Dude says, hey Lucian, how did Bed Bath & Beyond end up on your radar? Was it from Trade Ideas? I just have a nightly bearish scanner up here, and I was just looking at stocks that were kind of selling off here. So again, I was just kind of looking at it just selling off again, this is one you could say, oh, okay, I'll take it for a short down, or I could watch for a potential, you know, reversal. Again, you can see there was kind of a fake out over in here. This candle fake out right here in a 1 minute, because also the 5 minute pattern didn't set up. That's why we kind of say over and over and over and over and over and over and over, non-stop, guys. So incredibly important on patterns. What looks good on a 1 minute might not be good on a 5 minute. When I look at something like this with Bed Bath & Beyond, the moving average lines on a 5 minute are catching up more than I like them to. So they are kind of far away. But if you look, you know, 1860s up to 76, you know, it's kind of 10 or 20 cents now. I like to have it, especially on a $19 stock, I'd like to have it a little bit more. I mean, it could make a run possibly to VWAP, but, you know, again, see what happens here. You know, if there's a 5 or, you know, 5-cent candle or 10-cent candle and you can make 10 or 20 cents, then you might be willing to risk it, right? So if you get a green candle and it's, you know, let's say it's 5 or 10 cents, but you have the ability to make 10 or 20, then it's good risk management if you wanted to do like a scalp, right? Now you can see some support at this 1861. Let's see what it does on this 5 minute candle. You want to see a nice kind of like doji or hammer or green kind of candle showing a potential reversal. Right now on whatever you call this thing, Bed Bath & Beyond, technically it's got tweezer bottoms, but the 5 minute candle hasn't held yet, so we'll see if it's going to continue falling or if it gives tweezer bottoms for potential reversal. Again, want to see that 5 minute candle form. Again, somewhat like this. You can see 89 went up to, didn't have a big move up. So this is like, to go to show you guys, you can see this one over here had tweezer bottoms. You could have gotten in at the break above this candle right here, 889 or 1889, but there's only room up to the moving average lines of 93. So that's 4 cents it moved. So 1889 down to 80, so you're risking 4 cents to make 4 cents. That's only a 1-to-1 profit-loss ratio. So that's why ideally you want to have some room. So we'll just kind of let this play out for a few minutes. I'm going to be done for the day. Very choppy, kind of crappy looking day here today again. Let's keep an eye on this one and then kind of call it a day. So it's formed a 5-minute tweezer bottom, still a red candle. I don't necessarily like to see that. It's not a good sign. This one may be looking to fail again. There it goes again. Careful with ZPA, guys. It's rejecting again right at that 456.57 marker. Remember, the pattern's not good. Maybe doing a double bottom, so if it can get above 457 marker and hold, it might have a chance to run up towards that 5 area. Needs to get above that 456.57 marker. So Red and Black says, really tough day. David says, seriously. So I wonder why, right? So guys, you're a new trader, right? Let's pretend if you're a new trader, listen, you're like, man, why is today such a really difficult day? Man, I'm having a very difficult time today. So why is that? Well, let's go do this. Futures. Let's see the futures. All right. This is the day in futures. Garbaccio. Bunch of garbage, right? Bearish day. Up, down, up, down, up, down, right? You guys know that song, right? Double bottom, up to resistance, come back. So double bottom, right near VWAP. Massive amounts of choppiness. Look at this chart. Bunch of choppiness garbage. Let's go to a daily chart. What is going on? Is the market going to crash? Right? Trump's fault. He's going to crash the market. Oh my gosh. Well, wait a second. Oh, price just broke out of resistance and now it's retesting support with a small looking doji candle. Well, if you're wondering why the market's super choppy, it's not because it's going to crash and it's not because it's going to go up. No one knows what it's going to do. Right? But it breaks out of resistance. Now it's retesting support. This is a cup, kind of a handle. This may dump right back down. Doesn't mean a stock market crash will happen. Just means it may come back to the moving average lines, or it may bull flag and go up to the next level. Support and resistance over and over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over and over and over and over. And that's why, guys, again, there are going to be days don't trade. Right? It's always going to be a day or two a week where you can, market's going to either go up or down, or you can trade something up or down. And then there's going to be a couple days a week where you're going to get these candles right up here, these candles right up in here. So it's easier to trade when the market's doing this, or when the market is doing this, right? Down, going down, or when it's kind of going up. But all of these days right here, when you go in and you're zooming in, like these spinning top days and these days here, they're going to be very, very difficult, very challenging. So what do you do when the market gets choppy and messy like this? You know, there is an option of don't trade, right? If you're a day trader, right? Again, it's very important, guys, if you're looking to day trade, right? If you're new, there's so many newbies that are like, hey, I got to go get a broker because I'm under 25,000, so I got to go get a broker that allows me to make unlimited day trades. All right, so that's the answer, right? You have a $5,000 or $10,000 account, so let me go get a broker that allows me unlimited day trades. Sounds great in theory, right? But many people go and do that, and they've never paper traded successfully, right? So why? Think about this. If you're new and you've never paper traded successfully, why would you want to go to a broker that allows you unlimited day trades to go and blow up your account? That's silly. Practice in a virtual account making hundreds of trades over the course of months, and then when you're comfortable, then move your money over into a broker that allows you unlimited day trades if you're looking to day trade. Very simple. But if you can't discipline yourself to make 3 successful day trades a week over the course of a couple months or a few months, you're not going to do it with real money. The emotions of real money, completely different. And what do you call it? Bed Bath & Beyond. Maybe trying to hold here. Let me see. I was seeing this potential hammer. Still a red hammer. Like to see a green candle. So this is where, again, sometimes doing dip buys is very difficult, guys, right? That's why you want to have some room to the moving average lines. Exactly. Aaron Falcon says, sit on your hands. Guys, you can't lose money if you don't take a trade. Obviously, you can't make money if you don't make a trade, but trade the best setups. What are the best setups? Look for breakouts and breakdowns on daily charts. Look at good 5-minute chart setups with patterns. Then look for entries on a 1-minute, and then decide your exit strategies based upon a 1 or a 5-minute, depending on what your trading style is. The hardest thing you can do is on days like today, sit here for a couple hours and not take a trade. Stare at charts, stare at the market, and make 0 trades. See if you can discipline yourself to do that. If you can discipline yourself to not take trades on days that are crappy, then you're going to be much more likely to become a better trader. If you can't discipline yourself and you're just keep trying and you keep grinding, you know, it's a great way to blow up your account, psychologically get in your head that you're not a good trader, and that's going to affect you. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna. Let's give. What do you call this thing? I always want to call it Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's give you an example of what a reversal may look like. This may be finding support in a reversal if you get a good green candle here. let that green candle, let that 5-minute form, see if it'll hold or if it'll be a fake out. So this may be forming a reversal. Now you can see kind of 2 hammers, 1 green hammer here, may have found support. Now it needs to hold that 1863-ish area. Now you have some resistance between 1869 to 74. So this is an example of a reversal. It completely sells off, green hammer. Doesn't mean it's going to go up, right? Doesn't mean it's going to not fail, but at least you can use proper risk management. You might use a candlestick close above here as your stop. So if you took above, if you take an entry above 1863, you can use a close below 1858 as your stop. That's a 5-cent risk. 1863 up to 1870, you know, it's 7 cents to 73. So, you know, are you willing to risk 5 cents to make 10? Just to show you guys an example of a reversal pattern, how they potentially form. Again, trades will go against you all the time, happens, but just to show you kind of how this looks on a potential reversal. All right, guys, I am going to end the stream today. For those of you guys that are watching, if you're new on, if you're not a member of our trading community yet, we highly suggest for you to come and join us. Again, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Just in general, you should come and join us because we're awesome. But we have day trading room, swing trade room, futures room, alerts, watch list, thousands of dollars of courses. We have a members only section where we do our screen sharing each day. And if you look here and you click subscribe, you'll see that we are only $10 a month or $99 a year. I say highly suggest signing up because again, there are some very good chances that maybe in the near future we may be raising our pricing. For those listening that are members, don't worry, we always take care of our members. So if we do raise pricing in the future or near future, we'll make sure that anybody that's a paying member will be taken care of. So we're, again, never looking to screw anybody. But if you've been on the fence or trying to watch for a while and you think that we're going to stay this way forever, there's a very good chance that in the near future we might not be $9.99 a month or $99 per year. So again, that's kind of the risk that you take by not signing up. But for those of you that are members right here, don't worry about it. We're not a bait and switch company like many companies. We always take care of our members. So for those who have been members, you'll be taken care of. We may raise the rates, we may not. We're still kind of on the fence. But if we do, you'll be taken care of if you're a member. If you're not, then you'll be kicking yourself because you didn't get in at $10 a month or $99 a year. Read between the lines. Still haven't made any decisions yet, guys, but it's looking like that may start happening in the future. So if you're a member, don't you worry, you'll be taken care of. Yeah, thank you, Trad. Yeah, we're always about trying to, again, guys, I mean, seriously, not to brag, but guys, $10 a month, you're not going to find this anywhere in the industry. Even if we're 50 bucks is an extreme value. I can make an argument $100, right? $100. If you're looking at other places that charge 150, 200 or more, you know, we tell people go look at go join other trade rooms and then come back. Again, not saying we're the best. I'd say we're the best value for everything we give, and you can make the arguments that we give a lot more content and tell you a lot more of what's going on than you might find elsewhere. But again, we don't really care what other trading groups do. We're not trying to be like them. We're just doing our thing. But again, you know, Can you give like $5,000 for a lifetime membership? Yeah, I know, right? That'd be great. Again, we have lots of other stuff we want to do for you guys and lots of other plans, but we're just three guys that are just, you know, enjoy the stock market, love helping people out, try to make it economical for everybody. And again, we're a business like anybody else at the end of the day. But I was going to go on my Bali kick for a moment. Guys, if we charge a lot more per month, then I can go live, maybe go out and live in Bali for a while. Have some fun, make some cool videos for you guys. Awesome to hear, Trad. Thank you. Yeah, we don't want, again, guys, we don't want you just spending money to like spend money, right? You know, but I mean, like, you know, we're not like, hey, just spend $10 and then never cancel it. But, you know, again, you know, we're doing, you know, super thankful for everybody. You know, if you guys have been following us, we're building up a very large community. Things are going really well. And again, as businesses grow, you readjust over time. But the good news is, again, many companies will just raise the rates for existing members, right? And they don't even care. But for you guys, again, we've been doing this for a while now. If we do raise rates, we will make sure you're taken care of. So that's that. So basically sign up, $10 a month, $99 a year, and then you don't have to worry. And last but not least here, guys, we have a few partnerships that we trust with some companies. Again, we tell people don't buy products and stuff if you're not going to use them, right? Don't go wasting money on something if you're just not going to use it, right? But what was I going to say? Yeah, don't waste money on products if you're not going to use them. But as you start to grow as a trader and stuff, it's really good to have a good scanner. You know, free scanners are good. Trade Ideas, it's the best. A little bit pricey, about $120 a month. We get you a one-time discount for the either 1 month off, or 15% off of 1 month, or 15% off of a yearly discount. Again, once you start getting bigger, you know, you start more comfortable as a trader, then it's nice to have your own copy of Trade Ideas. So we are doing, you know, a try it before you buy it. You can watch our screen share every day. But eventually it's nice to have your own copy. You can have it on your own screen. If our, you know, screen share blips out or things like that, it can be an annoyance. So that's why it's nice to have it running on your own computer. But again, only buy it when you can afford it. Market Club, another really great scanner. It's more tailored for kind of swing trades, options trades. So if you're a swing trader or an options trader, it's about half the price of Trade Ideas. So again, really good scanner. If you want, again, we feel Trade Ideas is the best. It's one of the most popular. Market Club, if you're just kind of slowly grinding it out, swing trader, options trader, really great setup. They have awesome trend triangles that kind of like can email you when something's happening. So it kind of, it's nice. You can set it up and tailor it the way you like. Benzinga, great newswire choice. So basically when stocks get news, they hit newswire services. And then once they hit newswire services, people listen to the newswires and then they make their trading decisions. So many times you can catch a stock when it hits a newswire service before it hits a Trade Ideas or Market Club. Again, scanners react upon volume, and volume comes in based upon news, good or bad news. That's why it's nice. Benzinga, really good, reliable, reputable company. They're about, I think, 120. Was it, what is it, $200, and then you get 40% off or something like that. So it's around 120 to 140 bucks a month with our discount. Again, little pricey, but if you have the budget, again, having a good scanner and having a good newswire source, really, really good. But again, wait till you have the budget. And Dan's been sending out some stuff about TrendSpider. He's been working with TrendSpider. That's another company we've been working with. Really cool tool about doing automatic trend lines and all that good stuff. So Dan's been really working with them. You'll see we've been sending out some stuff about TrendSpider. We think they are really cool. We've been testing them. I haven't been using them. Dan has. It's a pretty cool tool that he really likes. So Samwise says, can you elaborate on watching the futures? When? How do we know it is to zigzag? How long does it take to tell? By what hour? 10 a.m., 11 a.m.? Great question, Samwise. The answer is no one knows. It's not an answer that you'd like to hear, but I'll expound upon that, right? Nobody knows what the market's going to do, ever. However, we know patterns, right? Patterns, we trade in patterns which are probabilities. The market could crash today, the market could skyrocket today, the market could trade sideways today, the market could pull back a little bit, the market could break up a little bit more. It can do whatever it wants, right? Nobody knows what it's going to do. That's why you need to study patterns, trade in probabilities. Again, the market, tends to be the most busy around 9:30 to 11:30. Then between 2:30 to 4 o'clock, kind of that power hour-ish time. But again, the perfect example is like right now it's starting to probably 11:20 could slow down. 3 o'clock today we can get horrible news. 3 o'clock today we can get great news. 8 o'clock tonight we can get good news. 2 in the morning could be bad news, right? That's why, again, it's important to look at all these time frames. You got the daily time frame, you have the weekly, just to show you guys. The daily charting time frame has been in a symmetrical triangle starting to break out. And the weekly starting to break out of a symmetrical triangle. Many times, again, when it breaks out of the symmetrical triangle, it comes back and retests. Got to be careful. And on a monthly, another symmetrical triangle near resistance. Symmetrical triangles, when they break out, many times they retest. Symmetrical triangles, lots of indecision as well. That's why, again, past 6 months have been just this rope-a-dope all around. So all that to say, very simple too, if you're new and you don't know pattern, support, resistance, on our website we have a free candlesticks course and advanced candlestick course. If you want to learn about candlesticks, this will keep you busy for a couple months on learning all the patterns. So again, nobody can predict what the market's going to do. We trade in probabilities. How do you trade in probabilities? You learn support and resistance through patterns, and you make educated trading decisions by using proper risk management strategies. Super, super important. So all that to say, come join us for $10 a month. Those you guys that are paying $10 a month, you guys will be doing just fine, and someday we may decide to raise the rates. So those that decide not to do it, someday we'll probably end up paying more than $10 a month, but we'll still, whatever we end up charging, if we do raise rates, will be a lot more, still will be incredible value. That's what I got for you guys today. You have a wonderful day, and I will catch you all later. Enjoy.